Oh, Miss Kandi. Miss Kandi, girl, you think you a bully. Woo! Think again. Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for RuPaul's Drag Race. This is season 13, episode 5. Baby, Nicole Byer is actually back again as a guest judge on this episode. And oh, but Miss Kandi, girl. Now listen, when we started this whole thing off, I was kind of like, okay, I like Kandi. She's representing for the big girl. Don't nobody like no big bully. Nobody likes a big, loud, inflated bully. Nobody. And we're going to talk about it in this episode. Yes, we are. Oh, yes, we are. Anyway, so they come in, the girls are coming back into the workroom. And there's already that thing of the girls that got taken down originally, first, and all of that, and then the losers and the winners. So there's already that little thing going on. Like, nobody really cares about that. That's just cute banter, okay? But some people are really taking it to heart, like Miss Kandi. Miss Kandi comes in, and she's running around talking about this person, that person. Oh well, yeah, she's just she's my only competition here. And Tamisha spoke up on it because Tamisha's arrogant as well. She can be. And she said, "Wait a minute, girl. There's like 12 of us in here. How are you just going to blurt out that somebody is your only competition in here? Honey, we're all competition. We haven't showed you who we are." So now, in the grand scheme of things, could Tamisha have just ignored the comment and just let it go? She could have. But Tamisha's old. She's an old queen, like me. So she knows that right now, if I let Kandi go with that, Kandi will just get worse. And she will. Because Kandi was just kind of like chilling. I could see the arrogance in her and the narcissism in her in the beginning. But we've only been here a few weeks, and it's already like growing out of control. And I was like, oh. And it just, I sensed right away. I said, so, this ain't, the two of them personalities ain't gonna do good in this room together. They not. They just not gonna do good together. And guess what? My personality wouldn't have did good in the room with Miss Kandi either. Cause you, girl, what is all these little shady little statements and she's very much of that mind frame of I can say whatever I want and other people can't. That don't work. That don't work. And it definitely don't work with old queens. Girl, get out of here. Anyway, but Tamisha told her, she's like, hold up, girl, like bring that down. So she ended up saying, you messing around, you found yourself a new enemy. Like these were the statements that Kandi was making. And that she don't pipe down. When after there's like a little, which is not even like a whole like confrontation, she go to another corner of the room and she still be bumping her gums. And Tamisha too. So and I said, well, this is the beginning of the episode. This is what people were talking about. She done found herself a new enemy. I was like, all right, so how much of this are we doing for the camera? Because you know you got to watch that too while you're there. Because some girls are going to do some things for the camera that they may not do. See, Tamisha has, I told you, I've been a fan of Tamisha's for a long time, since the early 90s. And I've heard that Tamisha will, the girls, honey. I don't know if Miss Kandi ever heard it, but girl, Miss Tamisha will knock the girls, honey. So you might want to be careful. I mean, you ain't got to fear her. She's not a ghost. But girl, be careful. Don't be scared, but be careful. Now, the thing is, we're on television. You know they didn't sign waivers, and they didn't sign waivers and contracts saying that they won't fight. That's another way to get you off the show. And also going forward, you know, because there's a lot of press and a lot of, you know, junkets and a lot of other stuff that you want to do going forward with the show. See, the money making starts after you make the show. See, that's the thing. Who cares really about winning RuPaul's Drag Race? Once you're on, your life changes. Period. It's really up to you. I mean, and the fans. But you know, if you're talented enough, you actually make it on. You have enough personality. Your life is going to change. It's going to change. But if you're on here scuffling and fighting and you get sit down for that, not so much. So you don't want to fight like that. So you know you gotta watch all that. So it's really strange when you hear people saying stuff like you found yourself a new enemy, and there's just certain things that you don't expect to hear. A little banter back and forth, yes. Maybe a bitch here or there. Bitch, I ain't thinking about you, ho. You know, something like that. Yeah, but I mean, that was kind of harsh. Like, of a person that you just met. And then you found yourself a new enemy. Like, wait a minute, I don't even know you. I probably don't even know what her real boy name is. Anyway, so that's how things was getting started. So shortly after that, they get out dragged and everything. Here come Ru at the mini challenge. The mini challenge was shake, rattle, and roll. It was getting into baby drag. They were like dressing like babies and dancing. I didn't really like that challenge. I was just like, oh, that's stupid. I didn't like that. I just didn't care for that challenge at all. But they did it. Lala Reed came out on top. She was like the twerking baby. I was like, okay, little twerker. And that was that. So then we go to our Maxi challenge. Maxi challenge is a ball. It's the bag ball. Okay? 3 looks. One is a mixed bag. So that basically was kind of like a fun, clever take on a bag. And in your description, it had to have bag in it. And you needed to know what it was. Like you're representing a bag, some type of a bag. It was more being clever and thinking off the cuff. Something very creative. The second category was money bags. That's, you know, you need to come in with something very, they said opulent. Opulence. You own everything. Opulent. I said that poor child. Anyway, but that's it. Opulence. You own everything. So that's what that was all about. So, then the third category is bag ball extravaganza. So that was, you have to literally, they gave bags and then you had to make something out of the bags that they gave you. There were like a bunch of different kind of bags and you had to take those bags and make something out of it. I said, here we go with the Project Runway stuff. So basically this is what we got to see. All of this episode was a lot of being in the workroom, a lot of sewing and all of that. Simone and La Ree do not sew. So where Simone has been really excelling in this first part of the competition, we're like, girl, here we go. This is going to be an issue for you because you don't sew. So I'm like, okay. So we go ahead with that. We know that Tamisha sews, and we also know that Utica sews, and a couple of the other girls, but Utica and Tamisha especially, they sew. Like they sew for a living. So it's like, okay, this is gonna be interesting. Um, they were talking about balls. Utica was saying how, where I live, there is no balls, there's no houses that we don't, yeah, we don't know much about that. So, honey, Miss Tamisha started hosting an impromptu ball. Tamisha is actually from the ballroom, so she was able to give a ball the way a ball actually looks. She was commentating. It was given what it actually gives, instead of like the version of the ball that RuPaul Drag Race usually gives, which is not what a ball is really like. So that was entertaining, and then they flashed clips of Willie Ninja and also Laomi Maldonado, and I was like, okay, there we go. And I want you all to have paid special attention to the fact that Tamisha showed you how to execute not a death drop, not a busting your back during lip sync for your life at RuPaul's Drag Race, but Tamisha actually demonstrated an actual dip, the way that it's done on the ballroom floor, soft and soft and soft and cut, cow to the ground, very soft, very smooth, very flat out on the. Y'all got to see that, right? Thank you, Tamisha. I appreciate it. She dipped down for the girls. It was given soft, soft, soft and kind. Soft, soft, soft and kind. That's, I mean, and there definitely are dips that are dramatic, but all that falling on the ground and busting your back and your legs ain't flat on the floor and what Tamisha did, that's what it actually looks like. It ain't no damn death drop. It's called a dip. Y'all got it? Good. Now let's move on. Thank you, Tamisha. We appreciate it, girl. Soft and hot. Moving on. So, Rue came around talking to the girls. Funny as hell. She talked to Kandi. Kandi said something to Rue, and Rue bust out laughing. Was squalling. Kandi had no idea what the hell she said to Rue. That was so funny. She just literally was just clueless as to what the joke was. Like she just didn't get it. But she has enough sense that she just like went along with it. She went right along with it like she knew what she said. That was so funny. She didn't. She didn't have a clue what she said. They had that old queen squalling like that, honey. I fell out laughing. I was like, Lord have mercy. But at least she knew to go with it. And later on in the whole situation, Joey J had said something and did something, and it was like a double entendre, and she didn't even realize it. And Carson was kind of like leading her. This bitch didn't have enough sense to just like go with. I was like, girl, you're clueless. You're just clueless, Miss Joey. Anyway, and this thing with Kandi and Joey. Kandi, you a shady bitch. Kandi likes Joey, and she's made it very clear that she basically wants to screw Joey. Oh, these girls and all this being in drag and trying to lay up with each other, girl. I'm from a different world. That's all. I'm just from a different world, but it's cool. I love when people find who it is and what it is that they want. I don't want none. But you like Joey all like that. And at the same time, you still just old mean queen, honey. She's over there like being shady, talking about her taste. She's shading her about her taste. I said, so how is it? I mean, yeah, it's a competition and all that. But how is it that you like a person to the point that you want to lay with them, but you shade them and making like shady confessional remarks about them and stuff? You do know it's all going to play back, right? On screen. Girl, that's a whole lot. Anyway. Then they got this message. Now, I was here for this. They got a message. When Rue had came back down, they had a message from the creative director of Coach. I said, baby. See, this is what I'm here for. All of these guest celebrity affiliations and all of these different little being touched upon by these people in the industry. You know, it's like, child, how often will you actually get to speak with the creative director of Coach? Or and they didn't get to speak. It was a message that he left, and he left them bags. And I'm thinking that they probably got to keep their bags. They probably did, but he gave them all tabby bags to actually use for the ball. And 9 times out of 10, I'm sure they probably did let them keep their bags. The bags are gorgeous, gorgeous bags. But yeah, I thought that was really groovy. I got all excited about that. But yeah, that was groovy to me. Um, yeah. So I love all of that. Like as the show has gone on through the years, there's more and more of that. Like the networking that is afforded to the Rue girls, you can't even buy it. Like you can't even buy it. So we had a whole section here where we had to do our political thing. Okay, things that matter. Lala Ree did an interview, and she was talking about, being in Atlanta and the whole Black Lives Matter movement. Um, and she's talking about a specific case that happened down close to her area, and it was very powerful. It was very powerful, and this is happening in all the shows. Like I also review Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I'm always worried if the genuineness of it in the message will get lost when we're doing this. Like, are we doing this for the show? Are we doing this to be sincere? Um, I speak about it all the time on my Real Housewives reviews, but this was powerful. Lala Ree's statements, her interview was very powerful. It really, really was. And then Tamisha rolled in and gave statements and things on trans life matters, the trans lives matters movement as well. So double fist, Daddy, double fist. So it was really a good moment. It was really well placed, well done, very genuine, and I think the message got across the way in which it should. I received the message the way in which I thought was perfect for what we're doing. Perfect. So that was that. We touched on Black Lives Matter and Trans Lives Matter, and that's a very fine line, because one doesn't cancel the other out. And that's something that, see, here I go. I don't do the politics, y'all, but this is the thing that happens. One starts to cancel the other one out, and folks start getting in their feelings. Listen, it's not meant to be that way. One will never cancel the other one out. And it ain't no all lives matters type of situation. Trans lives matters it's a movement, and it is very important because we are losing too many. Just like Black Lives Matter, it's a movement and it stands alone, and it's a problem because we have too many lives being lost. Same thing. Both are equally as important, especially the fact that I am part of the LGBTQIA community. So it's a double hit for me. You know what I mean? I'm part of the African American community. So it's a double hit. I'm not trans, but those are my sisters. Okay? So that is that. So I thought this was done very well, where one thing wasn't canceling the other out. Nobody should have walked away feeling combative or anything like that. It was well placed, well done, very genuine. Good job, Rue. Good job, Rue. Okay, so let's go on to this ball. And of course, you know, there's a lot of looks that we went through, so I ain't even going there. I'm going to talk about the ones that stuck out because some of this stuff I didn't care for. It was just like, whatever. In the mixed bag, little clever things that went on. I liked Simone because Simone did like fun bags. So it was like real big Wendy Williams titties. Real big Wendy. I said, oh, big Wendy Williams titties. But the whole vibe was very Diana Ross and the Supremes. She was channeling Diana Ross and the Supremes. The hair, the dress, all of it. But big Jessica Rabbit, Wendy Williams, big blow up tits, and then she popped them, and then they went down flaccid, like indigenous titties. It was funny. I liked it. I enjoyed hers. Rosé was bagpipes. She did bagpipes, and it was the whole Scottish situation. It was sharp. It was sharp. It was well done. You got it. It was clever. It was done well. It really was. And it looked like money. It just looked like money. She was basically like dressed like bagpipes. And it wasn't costumey. It wasn't costumey. It was awesome to me. Denali did airbag safety bags. And it was like a nod to Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga pulled one of those looks. Back in, I think it was the paparazzi video. I'm your biggest fan. I follow you. Paparazzi. Yeah, I think it was in the paparazzi video. She did those looks because in the video, paparazzi video is awesome, and it's this whole thing, and the ambulance had to come, and she had some fashions in there that was very much on that line set. Was really, really groovy. She did that, and it was done really well, really, really well. Looked like money. It was done real, real well. And then, of course, Gottmik, honey. That damn Gottmik did body bag. She had a cat suit that basically looked like her guts were falling out. Like her guts was just falling out the front of her. It was, the artwork on it was like amazing. It looked just as disgusting. It was amazing. It was very, very pleasing to the eye, which all her stuff is. Her stuff is really on a high level. Like, you know that she spends good money in her costumes and her fashion, and her makeup and stuff is just, yeah, that got me, honey. Anyway, so that was that. Tamisha, I knew Tamisha was going to have a little bit of a problem. I got what she was doing. It was very Atlanta, Georgia. It was very Atlanta, Georgia pageant. She came as an old bag, honey, and it was more like a character. It was a lot of character work, which was awesome, and it was really, really funny. But I knew for this, I was like, if that was like a category for a ball or a category for a pageant, she'd been at the top of the leaderboard. But no, with this, I was like, they want more. They need more. It took somebody might not have got it. It would have took some explaining, and that's what you don't want. And the categories, anytime Ru throws out a category, you don't want to do an explanation. You don't want to be questioned about what it is you're doing, other than, wow, how did you come up with that? That's the question that you want to when you hit that runway with Ru. That's the only question you want. Wow, how did you come up with that idea? That's the question you want, not what is it that you're doing. When you get to that, you already know you got a problem. You got a problem. It needs to be seamless and everybody know what you're talking about. And it is difficult. It is difficult. Listen, I've been through the audition process multiple times. It's difficult. It's a lot. It really is a lot. It's fun though. It really is fun, and it really does push you. Um, it pushes you. You know, when you get done and you get to the end, it's a long process. You get to the end of it, it's yeah. Listen, it's all right. It's all right. It's always, I always walk away with something. I've always, each time I've done it, I've walked away with something, and my skill set has been pushed and pulled, and something else has been drawn out of you just doing the audition process. So even if RuPaul says no and you don't get picked, me personally, I've walked away with something. I've gained something each time I've done it, and I am not done yet. I will continue to audition at some point. I will audition again. But anyway, okay, so that's that. I knew that Tamisha was going to have a little issue. I didn't think she'd be in the bottom or anything, but I knew it would be kind of a little issue. Okay, so money bags. Lala Ree pulled a fast one. She did bald, completely bald, which everybody can't pull off. But she did it, pulled it off well. She looked really pretty. And she came out, and it was a whole African situation. And it was very, like, the colors popped, the style of it, she's tall, and everything. It looked really good on her. It was fitted really, really well. It really worked. It was very much African, very African based. So that was really, really cool. Let's see, who else did I like? Gottmik. Gottmik had this whole one-shoulder pinstriped suit. Like, it was like a jumpsuit. It was a suit. It wasn't a jumpsuit. It was like a suit. But it was one shoulder and one shoulder out. And then the one shoulder had a ruffle that just sat up. Completely just sat up. It was, I said, girl. And the pinstripes were done with rhinestones, strips of rhinestones. It was sickening, sickening, completely sickening. And Michelle Visage was going up on it. And let me touch Michelle. Girl, I gotta touch you. I gotta touch you, Michelle. I'm gonna touch Rue too, so don't worry about it. I'll touch Rue first. Girl, I hated that dress. Rue's dress, I hated it. It was very, I was like, what is this? Of course, I'll tell y'all all the time. You know, I tease Rue about her pattern. Her McCall's 35-85 pattern with the sleeve on, with the sleeve off, one shoulder in, one shoulder out, both shoulders in. Same fashion. So, found what works and just keep doing it. Take a sleeve off, put a sleeve on. You know, I'll be like, girl. And I was saying this. I was talking to Really Be TV. And I was telling her, I said, girl, I'm so sick of this. I'm so tired. It's like, it's when Mackie dressed Rue, baby, I think it was Really Be TV I was talking to. Anyway, I think it was Really Be. It was either Really Be TV or my girlfriend Natalia. It was one of the two of them I was talking to. But, it was Natalia. It was Natalia. It wasn't Really Be TV. Anyway, shouts out to Really Be TV, which is my girl. She does RuPaul Drag Race reviews too, so check her out. Really Be TV, all one word. Like y'all don't know that, but y'all know that. Really Be TV. It's my daughter. Anyway, but no, I was talking to my girlfriend Natalia, and I was saying how when Bob Mackie, the pieces that Bob Mackie does for Ru, sickening because RuPaul, she's gorgeous. Ru is one of the baddest bitches to ever do it, okay? RuPaul looks like a real life Barbie doll. Period. She just does. Even at the age that she is now, that bitch looks like a Barbie doll. She does. She looks like a Barbie doll. But whoever makes her clothes, it very much is. But whenever Bob Mackie dressed her, it was like. So I don't know. And I think it's not that anything's wrong. It's just that designer's aesthetic. That designer's aesthetic, the lines are more crisp and they don't flow like Bob, and everybody can't do that. Bob Mackie has a flow. Bob Mackie is actually like my favorite designer. Like him and Demetrios, those are my two favorites out of everybody else that there is. They're my two favorites. Demetrios is my favorite on wedding gowns. Bob Mackie is my favorite on costume wear, and evening is Mackie. Child, just is what it is. But it's a flow, okay? And whoever does Rue's clothes, it's very basic pattern top, basic pattern bottom. Not wrong. It's just his aesthetic. So, whatever. I've said what I said. But that little pink dress, I just didn't like it. It gave me. She looked like Naomi from Mama's Family. It was Naomi from Mama's Family. And I was just like, I don't like this little look. Bitch's hair was bad though. That's one thing I always say. RuPaul has the baddest hair in drag. Period. That bitch's hair be so sickening. Every week. Every episode. Her hair be sickening. So that's that. But I didn't like the dress at all. But Michelle Visage, is somebody going to tell Michelle that wig is ugly? Or is it got to be me? Now here we go 5 weeks. Michelle, girl, I'm hating this hair. I hate it. I literally can't stand it. I just think that Michelle is I just think she's too pretty for that. That whole, and it's like it's something she's going. Michelle's just like one of us. Michelle's a drag queen too, and it's just one of them things. That's the thing that she's going through right now. But this hair, I don't like it. I don't like this whole Lily Munster thing going on. I don't like it at all. So, no hard feelings, Miss Michelle, girl. It just is what it is. But I don't know if anybody will tell you. So I guess I'll tell you, girl. I don't like that wig on you at all. At all. It's not doing you any favors. Girl, you've held up way too well over the years to throw a Lily Munster wig on your head and be walking around here. I do not like. I didn't like it curl. I didn't like it straightened out. I don't like it. I don't like it. And it's crazy because Michelle is getting, she's getting up there in age. She's a woman of a particular age. And generally you have to break those colors, because Michelle has her hair, she wears her hair black, like blue black. And generally women, especially fair skin, you stop with the harsh hair, you start to go into maybe an off black and not that stark black. But for whatever reason, Michelle's beautiful and it still works for her and it doesn't harden her. But the Lily Munster look, I don't like it. It ages Michelle. Get rid of that damn streak. It ages her. I hate it. I really hate it. And I didn't know if nobody told you, girl. I'm telling you. That Lily Munster wig is doing you no favor, sis. None. Just get rid of it, girl. Just blue black it too and keep on going. Come on, bring back my regular Michelle. You know how she don't like green? Again, so don't get mad, Michelle, girl. Don't get upset. You know how you be jumping on people for wearing green and the shit be sharp and you just don't like green? I'm telling you, I don't like the Lily Munster look. Don't get mad. Hey, girl, hey. Moving on. Okay, so that's that. Don't go ahead and y'all be petty and put it in the comments. Be like, this is why you're not gonna never get on the show. Well, if the Lily Monster wig keeps me from being on the show, I guess I won't never be on the show. But I ain't gonna keep on sitting here week to week looking at the Lily Monster look and don't never say nothing. I don't like that Lily Monster look, and I didn't like Rue's dress. I didn't like the Naomi Harper look either. I just didn't care for it. Anyway, let's move on. The bag extravaganza, the last one. For the last one, listen, Miss Rose, girl, yes ma'am. Her whole silver fembot look was everything to me. That fembot look was, y'all know I live for fembot, honey. That fembot look was everything to me, to me, to me. Everything, the hair, all of it. Girl, you did that, Miss Rose. You did that. Tina Burner. She did a beautiful job taking bags and making it into a dress. It looked like a red leather dress. It just looked like it was done very well. The craftsmanship was excellent. But girl, so what? That's what it looked like. So what? You got another latex dress on? You got another leather dress on? So what? Girl, at a leather convention, Miss Thing, you will be over. If she's doing anything with the leather community, over. Over. You know, anything at cosplay, girl, over. But for this, it was just like, girl, so what? Whatever. But Utica took a sleeping bag, or sleeping bags, and made it into this coat. It was very Runway. It was giving you New York Fashion Week Runway. It was excellent, and it was done to perfection. To perfect. I told y'all, honey, Miss Utica is the girl to watch. I likes her. I likes her a lot. She got the personality. She is very engaging, sweet as pie, and I don't believe she's acting. I think she really is just that nice, and that bitch is just that talented. She's talented as hell. She really is. That bitch is. They better watch her. They better watch her, and I mean watch her good. Now on this one, Tamisha did too much. That outfit was just ugly. It just has so much going on. You know, it was when you overdid it, and she needed to pull back. It needed some edits, but that's cool. And then I was laughing at Michelle when Michelle told her you need to get with some of the makeup girls to soften up your lines and blend more. And I'm like, see, that's where the issues come in with me with Drag Race. Because you tell the girls not to be all alike, yet you really do want them all to be alike. You want all their makeup to be alike. You want them all to do their makeup the same kind of way. You want them all to pad their bodies the same kind of way. But that ain't drag. That ain't drag. Drag and drag makeup, it really does depend on where you came from and what type of drag you're portraying. Now, can her makeup be blended more? Absolutely. But is it wrong? No. That's the drag makeup. That's drag makeup for pageants from Tamisha's time. That's Tamisha's aesthetic. This whole new, all the extra blending, that's more modern. It's a whole nother aesthetic. So she has to change that. Why? Because that's what you want. So then she ain't gonna be really looking like Tamisha no more. She'll be looking like Tamisha painting her face like Godnick. Okay, all right, I guess whatever. You know, listen, that's pageantry because you know you get into a pageant, the pageant they want to tell you how to do what they want you to do too. So like, once you win, then you can do it however you want to do it. But do y'all see what I'm saying? Anyway, all right, let's go. You want her to blend her makeup, yet you got Utica with shit all over her face. You got Gottmik over there looking like a horror movie. But it's blended, but it's a horror movie. It's like blended to perfection because she's a makeup artist. But that's her thing. Like she could very well have done it and it don't be blended and it still would be proper. But it's all blended out, but it looks like a horror movie. She was like a horror movie. And I don't know, whatever. Girl, just worry about that damn Lily Monster wig. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, moving on. So at the end of this, Gottmik won overall because she like slayed in all three categories. Her last outfit, they were going up for it. I was like, okay, whatever. And again, it's one of these things where Gottmik actually has this extra little that the other girls can't compete with. So Gottmik can get real, real nude because Gottmik was born a woman. So Gottmik has this little tiny frame. And Gottmik is really, she's a trans man, but she's giving the girls a run such as a trans woman would be giving them. Because see, a trans woman and a drag queen, there's not no battle. A trans woman is going to wear your ass out when it comes to certain clothing because of their body and the way their body is worked. And Gottmik was born as a woman. So there's certain things she's just going to wear their asses out, you know, on the fashion part and the look. And like because she's able to just get on that because she's tiny. Like she's got this little tiny, you know, you already got a female form just naturally that in your regular life you kind of try to cover up because you are a trans man. But for this occasion, girl, it's very easy to go back over because you still, your frame is your frame no matter what. So I didn't find such a big deal about the outfit that Gottmik had on. I was like, she naked. Okay, and that's like her thing. And she said that. Oh, yeah, like, you know, I love to show my body. Yeah, because she knows it gives her an extra edge. That her body, is easy to make her body look soft and soft and soft. And it's very easy for her because it's natural. Now, there's some boys that could pull some things off, like Valachachki. But again, what they tell them, don't keep, remember when Carmen Carrera was, don't keep depending on your body. But that's what Gottmik does. Anyway, let's just keep watching. But Gottmik won, which was good. She was good. And then we had Lala Ree and Joey J for the damn shebang. For lip sync for your life. Okay, so listen. They got fancy. Miss Iggy, honey. And I said, oh, child. And then Joey J, I said, girl, stop. Because she was so defeated. She felt so defeated. She said in her confessional before they even started, she says, I know that she's about to let me have it. I know Lala's about to let me have it. Girl, I ain't no bitch. You ready let me have it. Me and this bitch get ready battle. Ain't no bitch get ready let me have it. And that's the truth of the matter. Lala was more creative. Lala played off of things, but she didn't just let Joey have it. Joey did good. They was doing that, I'm so fancy. They were both good, but Lala took the thing. See, Joey did the RuPaul Drag Race thing and started playing in these gimmicks. She started playing in these gimmicks. And Lala took the gimmick and turned it back on Joey. Joey was doing a little thing when they got to the chorus. She made it rain on them. She come up out of her costume and started throwing money in the air. That was the gimmick. That was the, ooh, yeah, bitch. But baby, Lala turned around and started picking up the money off the floor and stuffing it in her thing, which that was the RuPaul Drag Race thing too, because now it was like a whole Kiki, but the Kiki was stronger on. You did a wow factor gimmick, and Lala turned it into a whole joke. And then the bitch can dance too. That bitch did a split, and it was so shady. She did this real soft split, and it was like, I said, "Oh, you bitch." So she basically just took the gimmick and turned the gimmick back around on Joey. That was some quick, fast, smart thinking, Miss Lala, because Joey would have got you. She would have got you. If you hadn't come up with nothing, she would have got you. So Joey didn't do bad. Joey don't have nothing to feel bad about. But Lala was on her feet. She was thinking on her feet. And she turned it against her, and girl, she slayed you. And it was cool. But she didn't slay you because you weren't good. You were good. You really don't have anything to hold your head down about. So don't worry about it. And then Rue told Lala, she said, "Lala, Shantae, you stay. You better step your pussy up, girl." Because that last costume of hers with the bags, it was awful. It was enough to send her home for right away. It was just awful. It was just incomplete and just awful. That lip sync really saved her ass. So that was that. So I was thinking about doing a whole nother video for this, but I won't. I'm just going to go ahead and I'll finish this up because I talked about it in the beginning. Untucked. I don't even generally watch Untucked all the time, okay? But Untucked got so goddamn messy. So messy. Kandi, Muse, you're a bitch. You are a bitch and you are a bully. You try to be a bully. But Miss Thing, you really not tough. You're really not tough. Because like I said in the beginning, there was all that little stuff that went on with her and Tamisha. Well, she carried it on to Untucked. And she was back there barking at them girls and carrying on and this, that, thing, and the other, and just saying everything she thought that she wanted to say about all the girls. This should happen and that should happen and that person should have been down the bottom. And she got a whole hard on for Tamisha already. And this, when they were still out on the stage. And she also is always attacking Elliot. She tries to bully Elliot. Well, when Tamisha ended up coming in back into the room, Kandi starts up and saying, "Well, who do y'all think should be this, that, thing, and the other? Who do you think should be going home and this, that, and the other?" Well, when the question was posed to Tamisha, they was setting it up for they was egging it. Honey, and Tamisha came right on out with her smart ass mouth, was like, "Well, there's a couple of you girls that I don't really care for. I don't really care for. But it's this. Well, honey, it touched Miss Kandi in her spirit, honey. And she told her, she says, "Girl, it is what it is." She said, "No, I don't really care for you, but I mean, for the competition, we're going to be here. This is work. We're working. So it don't matter whether I like you or not, but I don't like you. But girl, there's confidence and then there's arrogance. And you're not just overconfident. You're arrogant." Honey, that just set Miss Kandi off into a tizzy, girl, because it was the truth. You know what they say, it's the truth that hurts. It's the truth that hurts. And as she told her, she said, "Oh, so you can say whatever you want to say, but nobody else can say what they want to say?" No, honey, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. And Tina Burner don't like Tamisha either. So she was trying to get in and trying to uphold Kandi. Honey, Miss Tamisha said, "I said what I said, and I ain't taking it back. I said," Kandi continued on barking. "Well, I'm ready to go up out of here because I'm ready to blow up. I'm just ready to blow up in here." And Tamisha was like, "Blow up at who? Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to?" See, and this is where because she does all this. And they were like ignoring her. She did this a couple of times in the last few weeks to Elliot. And Elliot's like, "Girl, okay, whatever." Not Tamisha. Tamisha's, "Girl, who are you talking to?" Because you're not talking to me. and this, that, and the other. And then she said something about, I'm going to go ahead and leave because, see, I'm ready to smack a bitch. And Tamisha literally walked up on her and was like, girl, no, little girl. You may do a whole lot of things, little girl, but you're not going to smack me. You're not going to put your hands on me, little girl. She walked right up on her, heels and all, honey. Walked right up on her. And I said right then, this don't even require. That's why I say ain't no need for me to make no whole nother video. Because you know what she just did right there? Everything coming out your mouth going forward, Miss Kandi, don't nobody care about. Because that bitch walked up on you, half your size. She's half your size, bitch. You stated that you was ready to smack a bitch. And we all knew what bitch you was talking about. And that bitch walked up on you and said, no, really, you're not. Girl, you was supposed to smack her down to the ground. If you who you say you are. When that bitch walked up to you, girl, you was supposed to take Miss Iman and smack her all the way down. Zaka! And you were supposed to smack her all the way down to the ground. Like the old bitch that you think she is. So you've been doing drag for 900 years. And she was trying to read Miss Tamisha, honey. But girl, you were supposed to smack grandma down to the ground. And what you did, you didn't even turn around and get tutu butt, girl. You went the fuck on out that door. And went on outside with your two girlfriends. With God Mick, I said, God Mick, you gonna get yourself into a problem, sis. But I see you. I do see you, sis. Got my good eye on you. And Tina Burner, shut up. Shut up. Because you wear on my nerves too. I see you, girl. I see you. I said, But no, Tamisha completely punked. Completely punked Kandi. I was like, Miss Kandi, shh. No more barking from you. We get no more loud talk from you, Kandi, because you are a punk. You just loud, bitch. That's all. You ain't tough. You just loud. She walked up to you, bitch. Half your size. And told you what you wasn't going to do, bitch, and you didn't do nothing. So, bye, girl. Bye, girl, bye. I ain't doing, and I know I'm not doing a whole nother video about it, girl. She shut you down. I said, Miss Tamisha, you are a bitch. You are. She is. Now, I like it. I like it. But we ain't going, Tamisha got an attitude, too. But again, she been around long enough to have an attitude. Kandi's unnecessary, and Kandi run around bullying, and she did pick the wrong bitch to do all that with. She did. We'll shut her right on down. So y'all gotta see it. If you didn't see Untucked, go watch Untucked. It was interesting, honey. That Tamisha, honey. Miss Tamisha is here for the shits. She like it. She like it. And she said it a little bit in her confession. She said, see, Tamisha works off of that type of energy. Like when she first did that whole thing about girl, like said that you ain't no competition, that fueled Tamisha. And then all this other shit, all this other negative energy, girl, she's here for the shits. She's like, girl, listen, you want to have a show? Let's make a show. So, girl, it's going to be interesting, honey. I said, oh, let's see if they do one of these fancy YouTube makeups, honey, as we go forth. Or they're going to keep on battling. But I don't really care to hear nothing else that Miss Kandi had to say, girl, because she shut her all the way up, honey. No, you're not going to do anything to me, little girl. See, I'm petty. Anyway, but that's it. I done talk. Look how long I done talk. Lord have mercy. Anyway, I'm out of here. It was very interesting, baby. Listen, my phone and DMs was blowing up, honey. My folks, y'all was saying, we got to find out what you got to say. That's what I got to say. Kandi Muse is a punk. That's what I got to say. And Michelle, look, Kandi, don't get mad. Michelle, don't get mad, girl. Get rid of the Lily Munster wig. And Kandi Muse, shh. Tamisha, bye, y'all. Got to be more careful.